as well as increasing the standard of living of the poorer people. As a result, the gap or the difference between the high class and the poorer class of the society will keep on reducing. Not only this, the public expenditure is not only helpful in reducing the income inequality, but it is also helpful in reducing the regional disparities. Regional disparity means that some areas of the country are highly developed, few of the areas, we may say, are less developed in comparison to the other areas. In this case, with the help of public expenditure, the government can give tax holidays, concession, and subsidies to the entrepreneurs, to the producers, those who are interested in establishing their manufacturing units in the areas which are economically backward areas. And in those areas, the government can spend money on the maintenance or the construction of the economic as well as the social overheads, so that more and more people will be willing to invest, more and more people will be willing to come and join that area. As a result, the backward areas of the country can also come up to the level of the developed areas of the country. Effect on economic growth. Public expenditure also helps in promoting the economic development. Promoting the economic development with the help of development of economic and the social overheads. It is also helpful in the construction, in the making of the capital equipments as well as the industries. Next, we have that to develop agricultural and industrial sector. Public expenditure is quite helpful in the development of agricultural as well as the industrial sector. It is helpful in the development of agricultural sector by providing the free tools and equipments to the farmers. It is also helping the agricultural sector by providing them the proper equipments which are required for the development of agricultural sector as well as the production in the agricultural sector. On the other side, the public expenditure is also helpful in increasing the development industrial sector. Industrial sector, again, it comes to that concession, tax holidays and subsidies provided to the producers to produce the certain projects, to certain products which can be beneficial. Next, the public expenditure is also helpful in reducing the income and the regional disparities with the help of spending money. Let's look into the reasons for the growth of public expenditure. Over the last 100 years, there has been a great increase in the public expenditure of the country. There has been increase in the expenditure made by the government. Why? What are the reasons why the government is increasing its expenditure day by day? There is one reason, because the government is no more a law and order state. It is a state which is responsible for the law and order as well as for the welfare activities. And as the economy, as the population is increasing, the welfare activities needs to be increased. It is rightly said by the Adolf Wagner that as the size of the economy increases, the activities as well as the expenditure of the government increases side by. Now let's look into the various reasons for the growth of public expenditure. First, we have defense. As we know that in the present time, we have uncertain political relationships with the other countries of the world. And as we cannot rely on any other country of the world, we need to be self-sufficient in the production of the defense equipments, as well as we should be self-sufficient in protecting our country from the inside danger as well as from the other countries of the world. For that, we need to train our defense forces. We need to train our police force. We need to provide them the modern equipments which are required in the present time. And all these things, starting from the maintenance of the police force and up to the provision of the modern equipments, modern warfare equipments, we need to increase the expenditure. It needs a huge expenditure, and which is required because we are living just on the edge of the Third World War. So it is required to spend a lot of money only on the defense purposes. Next reason which comes over here is the population growth. As the population of a country increases, side by side the demands as well as the needs of the people increases. More the number of people, more will be the demand. And as the more will be the demand of the people, starting from the education, food, health, All these things can be met collectively by the government. How these things can be met collectively by the government? It can be done only through with the help of public expenditure. So again, the things comes over here that as the population will increase, with that demand as well as the expenditure of the government is increasing, because government is no more only a law and order state, but it is a welfare state. So the government is required to spend more money just because of the growth of the country. Next, we have urbanization. Urbanization means that the expansion of cities. The cities are expanding, or the towns are expanding in the country, because more and more people from the agricultural sector, they are migrating to the city areas which are already quite congested and polluted. Still the people are migrating to the city areas. As a result, what is happening? There is no place, there is no space for the people to live in, and it increases. As a result, the responsibilities of the government increases. These people, the excess number of people which are coming to the cities, they need sanitation facilities, they need education, they need jobs, from where all these things will come only through the public expenditure, and public expenditure can be done only by the government. Next thing which comes over here, expansion of the administrative machinery. As the cities are increasing, as the urban areas are increasing, as the population is increasing, side by side the government needs to increase or to expand the administrative machinery. Like government needs to expand the number of government offices which can look into the cities, which can look into the proper functioning of the city areas as well as the rural areas. For that, if the government wants to expand or government wants to increase the administrative machinery, it needs to spend more money in the form of giving wages and salaries to the staff of administrative offices. Administrative offices will include your post offices. It will include your telegraph offices. It will include your local authorities, civil hospitals, government schools. Everything will become a part and parcel of administrative machinery. Next thing which comes over here, activities of the welfare state. As I told you in the beginning, that nowadays the government is not only a law and order state, but it is a state which is responsible for the welfare, for the betterment of the society. And for the betterment of the society, it can be done by the government only by providing the good food, good education, good facilities for the jobs we're living in. And these things can be done only by the government by public expenditure, or by making the expenditure for these things. So the government needs to look after the education through the establishment of the government colleges, government schools. Government needs to look into the public health, and that can be done only by establishing the various hospitals in the number of cities and the number of areas. It can be, the government can look into the employment of the people as a welfare state, and that can be done only with the establishment of the industries, in the establishment of the manufacturing units by the government. And as the population is increasing, the activities of the welfare states are also increasing. Next is the developmental functions. The government is required to look into the developmental function. It is also responsible for increasing the pace, I must say, increasing the pace of development in the economy. And that can be done only by increasing the infrastructural base. Infrastructural base can again only by increasing the economic and the social overheads. That can be done only by increasing railways, transport, irrigation, electricity, education, health, housing, agricultural sector and industries. These are the areas which are responsible. Even from one more thing which we can include is that information and technology. That is also a part and parcel which is responsible for the development of an economy. These are basically the reasons which are responsible for increasing the public expenditure in the present time for the government. Thank you.